Oh boy, viewers, we're back for another awesome episode of Today is for Legends. I'm sorry that I have taken such an extended break, um, but here we are. We are back in the saddle again. I'm going to go ahead and post to some lovely areas here so that we can potentially get some people watching. Let's see here. https:// twitch.tv/legends foretold, if anybody needed all that for when they are also posting to their friends. And I'm assuming you are. I don't have a lot of, unfortunately, don't have a whole bunch of stuff to post to on Facebook with this one. No, I'm not supposed to post here, but I'm feeling like doing it any fucking way. I'm gonna post till they tell me to stop.
Boom, boom.
I come to Walmart and I'm in Lewisburg, it is always something popping off. Now, I don't know what's wrong with her. Oh my God. Y'all, she need her ass whooped. Because I don't know if
Damn.
they're her fault. But y'all, let me tell you something. I will take that little girl by her neck. What in the world is she got to be on some medicine? There got to be something wrong with her. Y'all, do you see this? Oh, she made this mess, y'all, and they're standing there letting her do it. And her grandmother had to pay for this. This girl is crazy.
Jesus Christ. Okay, well, I mean, I wasn't, I wasn't expecting to see that, but all right. There's some little girl like beating her grandma or her mom's ass in Walmart and like just like being bad, and lady doesn't know what to do because she's old, like.
Well then.
Yeah, the nays. I would like to take a new picture. Picture me. Fucking looking sexy. This is not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a story, I believe. All right, all of you. I'll be with you shortly. I'm just posting two more places technically. I know everybody's like, "Oh, you should do this before." Well, no, because then they join. They're like, "Oh, he's not live. I'm not watching." Like
Yeah.
gotta wait till I'm live. Right, and one uno mass. All right.
Baby boo.
Goodness.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
And it goes on. All right, I believe I'm ready. I am. What? Okay, I gotta read something to the podcast real quick. This is a local news story for Chattanooga, but it showed something about the Great Mountains Institute at Tremont. So I was like, okay, I gotta see what this is. A North Carolina couple sentenced in Chattanooga for multi-million fraud against the U.S.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they are. They were sentenced to a federal prison term of 48 months and 24 months, respectively, for conspiracy to commit wire fraud, wire fraud, and major fraud against the U.S. 2005 2015. Let's see here. It looks like they had gotten a bunch of loans from businesses. They falsely represented subcontractor cost over 400,000, resulting in an award of 1.1 million contract for work on a project that was actually performed by a subcontractor for only 550,000. So they claimed it was twice the expense to do something. Oh man, they were awarding them like, okay, so they just were awarding them shit tons of contracts and then like keeping money. Standard stuff, just like the Chrysleys. It's fine. It's you. That's the U.S. dream right there, right? Everybody's like, "How do you know about the Chrysleys?" Well, I mean, come on, man. I dated a lady who enjoyed the Chrysleys, and I ended up starting to enjoy the Chrysleys. So sue me. Let's see what we got here. Ooh, one whole viewer. I got to get back on the grind because this is my fault for not having more viewers again. All right. So, start with the chickens and the egg shortages. You've heard about this, right, Gio?
No.
Okay. So here in the U.S., probably not a problem there. If I had to guess, in Spain, y'all probably didn't have a time where eggs were in shortage and your egg prices went up like 5 times the price of a normal egg carton.
Not that I know of.
So that's what happened here in the U.S. Eggs just weren't being produced by chickens, and apparently there was a shortage. And our egg prices went from like $1.29 per 18 count of eggs to like $7.
Golly.
Yeah, it was like everybody was like, "What the fuck?" Out of nowhere, nothing in the news, nothing, just bop, eggs exploding in price, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" Because my normal pack of 60 eggs is like $45.
Mm-hmm.
But or when it's reasonably priced, it's like $40. When it was like $75 fucking, I was like, I'm not paying $75 for eggs. I don't need it that bad. Like
Jeez.
you don't need eggs that bad. Not to pay them prices, bro. I could be buying actual meat with protein in it. Like also. Fuck that. I could be buying steaks for breakfast at that kind of price.
Right?
Um, and one of the things that's been going on online is people saying there's something wrong with the feed, something wrong with the feed. And everywhere I check online, it is saying that these are all false claims. But here's the thing. I am going to trust the people who are actually raising these chickens over what the free and internet says. Well, okay, so
Mm-hmm.
here's the facts. we have several main. Okay, so there's like two main chicken feed companies. I don't remember what they're like. It's some weird names for them, but everybody would know them if I said them. I just don't remember what they are. Fact of the matter is, they all branch off into these other sub companies, and all of these companies, even the two big ones, are owned by Purina, the dog and cat chow company. That's right, you heard it. They own almost all the chicken feed companies. And all of the sudden, chickens stopped laying eggs, and everybody's using this commercial feed. Or at least one branch of this feed. And they are still saying nothing was wrong with the feed. However, a bunch of chicken farmers, I've seen about a dozen different videos about this. And these are actual chicken farmers. And they switched their feed to local feeds that were being made, and all their chickens started laying eggs again. So my thing is, I think that there was like some sort of nutritional problem inside of the other one, or they put a new chemical in it to save money on a different chemical, and it resulted in no laying of eggs, and which also raised the price exponentially. Now, let's jump to the next topic because it also fits in. Dairy farmers are forced to dump millions of gallons of milk. They are forced to do it by the government, like for whatever reason. This one guy was like drinking milk straight, like he was taking he's a milk farmer. He was taking milk straight out of the thing, drinking. He goes, "This is what the government makes us do. This is what they make us do. They make us dump it. They're making me dump 30,000 gallons of milk right now. Just dump it."
That's crazy.
So it's really looking like the government is actively trying to put us in a place where we're having to depend on them, and like it's backfiring on them because it's making everybody distrust the government so much more. It's awful. It started with baby formula stuff, and here going based off of this stuff, I've seen several different videos now. So this doesn't feel like a conspiracy theory to me anymore. I've seen several different videos about all of these things. On top of, I watched a video of this one lady. She had, like 100,000 pounds or more of baby formula in the back of her truck. And she was filming with her phone what the people were doing with the baby formula, and they were taking the baby formula and dumping all of it. Just in a pile. On the ground, like in dirt.
Wow.
While we were having baby formula shortages. It's the government either not explaining something to us, like, okay, look, this is what really happened. There was a leak here. Stuff got into the formula. We're trying to redo the formula as fast as possible. Or they're deliberately causing shortages. There was another video I watched where this guy was at it was like a steel mill plant, or it was like a dumping site or something. But he got there, and he said, 200,000 to 300,000 just in the area he was standing in, egg crates just dumped there in pallets while we're going through our egg shortage.
Wow.
Yeah,
just like the same thing.
The same thing. They are making us dump really important things, and things that people don't realize are as important as they are. Well, our milk gives us protein, calcium. It's something that people use for creamers. They use it for all dairy products. It's a big deal when that goes. Eggs is another similar thing. We make a lot of stuff with eggs. So that is going to push the price of everything up. And it did. It did. It exponentially. It raised the price of quite a few things. I mean, it's at a point where freaking like ravioli's $1.24 a can, and it used to be like 75 cents a can. Like you're not putting anything extra in it. I'm getting nothing extra out of this. But our kids and stuff like them, and we have to get them because our kids are, like we're not going to be shit parents either. It's a whole government scheme, in my opinion. And I know I may be like talked to about this by somebody at the FBI, so be like, "Hey man, you need to chill," but this needs to be talked about. These people are not being heard. Now, my question to you, Gio, are you having these problems in Spain?
No.
That needs to be eye-opening for people. That it's not Spain.
We ain't
It's
got anything like that going on over here.
That's what I'm saying. It's not Spain. It's not the European countries. It's not Canada. It's not Mexico.
Cheap as fuck over here, and it's great.
Yeah, it's not Mexico or anything. All those places are doing just fine with the systems they have in place. And yet our country, the freest one supposedly, has the government doing stuff in the background and nobody's doing it. Like it's like everybody is trying to trust the government to the fullest extent they can. And I'm like, guys, we're overdue a civil war, a revolution, as it were. I guess a revolution would be more appropriate. We're overdue a revolution, hardcore. It is our duty to overturn a government that's not for the people anymore. It's not illegal. In fact, I guarantee, and people are, and this is what people are worried. They're worried about the government using soldiers against us. Sure, there's going to be some soldiers who are like, oh, I fight for the government. But it's way less than you guys think. I would say 85 to 90% of soldiers who go to the army are fighting for our country and fighting for our people. They are not fighting for our government. They have to listen to the government to do the things they want to do. But
yeah,
that's it. Like that's it. It's baffling to me, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah, like they're thinking about their friends, family, country, instead of the government. That's like the last thing on their minds.
Absolutely. So if we turned into a situation where we were, hey, a revolution just happened, the government's like, hey, we need you to come back and fight for us. I guarantee every single soldier would be like, yeah, sure, come on, take us back. As soon as they got there, they would be like, all right, everybody on the ground. Like, they're not fighting for you, government. And that begs the question, if we did overthrow the government, would we go back to a democracy, or would we try a whole new government like we've done in the past when we've had revolutions? My opinion, I think we should do what we've done in the past. I think we need to just make a brand new government. Democracy's not working. It was when it was for the people and people were involved. But now it's like literally we're voting on a suggestion of who's going to be the president.
Yeah.
Because it's all electoral votes. Everybody in one state can be like, every single person, not even one person can vote Democrat. Every single person can vote Republican in one state, and that state can still go to Democrats. That's how our systems. People don't realize how useless our vote is. It's useless. We don't get to vote for shit. Hello, people, wake the fuck up. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I am trying to be a realist, and we are fucked up when it comes to government shit.
Politics is just dumb.
I know my mom's before been like, oh, please don't cuss as much, like, I'm sorry, I'm passionate about this. This is something, like, it's going to affect me in my career going forward. Like, I'm going to have to go through all sorts of hoops in the government just to find new discoveries. And here's the thing. those hoops that archaeologists and anthropologists have to go through suck, because if they find something that the government doesn't want the public to know about, they will wash it away and they will fucking destroy your career. That is literally how it works. Or you have to agree to never talk about it again and go do something different. It's insane. I don't want to be held back when I go find stuff, because like there's several things. One of the things I'm going to be looking into as an anthropologist and archaeologist is something we're going to go through at the end of this. We'll actually touch on it heavily on Friday, but the beginning of it is it's called the Beastmaster. I don't know. You probably don't know anything about this, Geo, but I'll touch on that at the end. I'll touch on that at the end because that's not what we're going.
You fucking tease.
Hey man, gotta keep people wanting to watch it, right? Gotta keep people wanting to watch it. So yeah, I've been to Spain and I couldn't believe how cheap everything was and how well the government worked and how prosperous people are. We make other countries sound like they don't make a lot of money. No, everybody lives on such a good wage that in a lot of places it's kind of an insult to give people a tip, because they think that they think you're calling them poor, and that they don't make a livable wage. They look like they don't make a livable wage. And that does happen. Now, Gio has also said that in a lot of places people take a tip happily.
Yeah.
But I have noticed, and this is something me personally I've noticed, and I was told by my professors, and I noticed from other students who told the same stories. In some places in Spain, they do get kind of offended. They're like, no, I don't want this. Take this back. I make money. Like, I make plenty of money. Thank you.
Yeah, like I've given a tip to somebody one time. It was like, it wasn't in Spain actually. It was over in Italy. I
Okay.
remember I gave a tip to somebody at the bar who was serving me and everything. And then like whenever I was leaving, he came back with the money. He was like, he was telling me like, hey, it's not necessary. You know, like all that kind of stuff. And I was like, oh okay.
They literally make a shit ton of money in European countries. It's European countries. They do really well for themselves. And we need to get more like these European countries. I'm not going to lie to you. I know people are like, monarchies, socialism, libertarianism,
Yeah, but you
ah.
don't actually know that until you actually go there and experience it for yourself, and then it clicks to you, and you're like, hold on.
Yeah, it doesn't, and it doesn't. People, you don't get it till you go there. You don't. Now, I'm not saying don't go to Mexico and expect the same experience. Okay, like let's stop you right there. Mexico and South American countries are beautiful and fantastic and awesome visits, but they're also horrifically dangerous for Americans. You could be black and go there. It wouldn't really, honestly. Black people are really welcome in other countries. They don't, people don't realize. I mean, maybe European countries are still a little racist about it, but like if they go to Asian countries, they don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck. And also in Spanish countries, they don't give a shit. Now, Spain specifically, they do, and that they are a little racist in Spain. I've met several racist people in Spain. Ultimately, they're not racist against like white people or Spanish people or now. I think, and this is don't get mad at me, people. This is just observations from an anthropologist. I think it's because of a lot of African people that are in the country selling stuff and opening up shops and taking work away from Spaniards is what it seemed like the issue was. But those are real African people. Those aren't our black American friends.
Well, the bottom tip of Spain touches Africa. Too.
Exactly. And that's something that I've mentioned on the podcast before. While I was in Spain, we got Sahara Desert dust really easily. Like it was everywhere. I don't know if you were dealing with it when I was dealing with it.
Oh no! Like before you were dealing with it, like literally, like a few months before you came by, like we had a very bad Sahara like sand like situation. Like it was like last March, actually, like this month, like last year. We had it was just a whole week of just like a sandstorm.
That's crazy. And
It was crazy. Like literally, like you and like you just you feel the sand hitting you like it's rain, and like your back porch is like getting covered with sand, and not to mention it starts getting a really dusty, and like you like the sky, like literally the sky was like orange for
yeah,
like 3 days.
yeah. When I was
It
there,
was
the sky was
crazy.
orange. The sky was orange for like a day and a half. Now
Yeah,
ours was
it
not
was wild.
clearly was not as severe as yours. It was dusty and stuff got covered in dust, but there weren't piles of sand nowhere. You were when you walked out there, it didn't feel like you were getting rained on by sand, but you could feel the dust in the air, if that makes sense. Like you could feel how gritty the air was.
Like, dude, it literally took me like a whole hour just to get all the sand off my car. Like, it was bad.
And I gotta imagine it can't be great for your paint job. Like,
Oh no! It was I was an experience for sure. I'll tell you what.
I guess the best thing to do in that situation would be to blow the sand off, huh?
Do what?
I said, I guess the best thing to do in that situation would be to blow the sand off with like a leaf blower or something.
I mean, yeah, it just depends. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it just depends how thick the sand is. You know.
It sounds like y'all got hit with some sand though. Like, oh.
No, like yeah, it was tough, dude. Like
which
I didn't even go outside at all. Like I just stayed inside for like days until like it cleared up.
which begs the question because you live in Alicante or Torrevieja, which is right on the beach. Are your beaches mainly made of Sahara Desert? That's a question
I
right there.
mean, it's possible.
That makes sense
Like
over
a good
time.
percentage of it should be.
Huh. I'd like to take samples when I go out there. I think that'd be neat compared to the samples here in the U.S. That'd be cool. I want to do that. And you need to invite me out there again, aka get me a ticket. Yeah, because like the next time I come out there, it'll probably be to do some research while I'm out there, man. I'm not gonna lie, because like I've got to now that I'm gonna be working on my bachelor's degree in anthropology. I've got to actually start working on studies that I want to do, and like I said, that Beastmaster's one, but that will be at the end of the podcast. Another one is Gigantopithecus. I'd love to study Gigantopithecus. One of our supposed ancient ancestors that was like 8-9 feet tall, and they think that might be what with the subspecies where all the Yetis and stuff come from. It's actually really cool. Found in East Asia, they found molars. It's really cool. It's a really cool find. Um, the area is not necessarily great for keeping fossils and bones because of the dampness and the humidity and stuff, and the way the environment is. That's why it's easier to find stuff in Africa because it's so dry, arid, desolate. It just dries everything out, so the bones stay for fuck ever. But yeah, the next time I come out to Spain, I'd like to like when we go to Madrid. I'd like to spend a day in Madrid because I want to go to the Archaeology Museum because there's some things I wanted to look at while I was there. And
Yeah, you cut out a little bit right there.
no, I'm sorry. I was saying when I come back, I do want to spend an entire day in Madrid because there's the National Archaeology Museum in there, and I want to spend like I will literally spend probably 2, 3, 4 hours in there just taking notes and making sketches and all sorts of taking pictures because I've got to start coming up with my study for school, and
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
I think that this thing I'm looking into is
Get some pizza over there while we're at it.
dude, you already like that's literally you don't even have to say that because we already know. 100%. I now when I first land in Madrid, we are like I said, I already got the plan. We first land in Madrid, gonna get our pizza, and then we're gonna get the fastest train we can get to Caceres, and then we'll get to Caceres, hang out there a couple days, come back to Madrid, spend a day in Madrid, and then spend the next like 7 days in Torrevieja.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the first 4 or 5 days of the trip are going to be Madrid, Caceres, Madrid. Basically, even if it's just like basically, I think the best way it would work is land Madrid, go to Caceres, spend 2 days there at most. So maybe spend a night, like get there, hang out there in the day, spend a night there, hang out all day, and if the train doesn't run till the next day, spend one more night. Get back in, um, get back in Madrid by the second or third day. Spend the entire day there and take the train back to Alicante, Torrevieja. Get back to your place. Go hit a couple bars up because it'll be late by that time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get us a good little walk around the town because like I don't feel comfortable, and this is something I realized traveling. I do not feel comfortable going going to a town and not exploring it immediately for at least a few hours.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable just showing up to a random town in a different country and just going like, all right, time for sleep. No, I want to walk around and see what I'm getting myself into. It's just how I am. But it's always it was always a cool experience. Um, like we stayed in Madrid for a day. First thing I did as soon as they said, okay, you can go do your thing until this time, I went and explored. I wanted to know where everybody else was unpacking. I don't even do that. I don't unpack. I just literally leave everything in my suitcase. There's to me, there's no point in unpacking. like I know where everything is in my bags. I just want to get there and explore. So I do. I get there. I start exploring. Now, depending on like when I did the super long trip to Spain, the first thing I wanted to do was change clothes. I didn't even go take a shower immediately. I was like, you know what? I just want to go ahead and explore, but I want to change my clothes because I've been sitting in these clothes for 13 hours.
Yeah.
So I changed my clothes, walked around. It was amazing, guys. Traveling, I didn't realize how important it was to the American psyche. And that's real talk. It changes your entire perspective of life. Especially if you go to a country you had uh, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? You had a thought about before, like you're like, oh, this country's terrible because of what our country says about it. They don't ever do anything because of this political, that. Go meet the people. I have never been treated with more respect and welcoming than I was
Great
in Spain.
hospitality.
Yeah, Southern hospitality has nothing on Spain hospitality. Now, when I say this, people, don't go to Madrid or Barcelona and expect the same treatment I'm telling you. Those are big cities. Those are literal tourist cities. You are going to meet people from every single country there, and they are not going to be nice. They're not even going to really take the time to talk to you unless they're trying to sell you something. That is how those cities are. Go to your smaller cities, but that aren't horrifically small. Some that are big. Go to Seville.
Kind of like where I'm at.
Yeah, go to Sevilla. It is beautiful. Go to Caceres. These are larger. Go to Alicante. Go to Torrevieja. Go to these areas that are large but not massive, and they're not tourist traps.
Not like big tourists. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to go to tourist traps. You're going to have to be looking over your back all the time, and you're going to have that feeling of not feeling safe and stuff. Spend a day or two there, yeah, because it is a great experience. And as long as you walk around and like you know what you're doing, it literally works.
Yeah, and make sure you have like if you're going to big cities like that, especially in Europe and stuff, you want to make sure that you bring with you whenever you're like going around exploring. You want to bring as little with you as possible because there's a lot of people out there who will like pickpocket you or
Oh yeah, and they're
anything like that.
fucking pros at it in Spain.
Stay away. Like especially when you're at an well, I wouldn't say too much at an airport, but mostly the train stations
Both of them,
are
yeah.
very. Our train stations are very dangerous for pickpocketers. Like I've had many experiences going through train stations in Italy and in Spain and stuff with that kind of stuff. Like you want to be very careful
Yeah.
with your stuff, and like you want to be very observant whenever you get in there because you want to make sure. And like I not even this. You will. I promise you, you will. Whenever you're at the ATMs or something, like buying a ticket or something, you will have somebody come up to you and literally talk to you like as if they were an employee over there to try to help you get something, but they're trying to scam you. So don't fall for that crap either.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, literally, but that's where American mentality comes in, and it's actually pretty good. Is in America, you want everybody to get the fuck away from you when you're at the ATM or buying something. Hey man, you need to give me my 6 feet. That's what we say now. That's a thing. Like coronavirus isn't like, yes, it's prevalent but it's not. We're not all scared of it anymore, and
We
we'll
learned a
literally.
lot from it for sure.
We did. The whole just keeping away from people, giving people their space, that was pretty nice. Want to hear something awesome? In Spain, you don't have to worry about that. They do that shit anyway. They give you space any fucking way.
Pretty much.
They give you space, and if they're not, they are suspicious. That's how it is. It's just like it is in America. If they're not giving you your space and they're coming up and trying to like talk to you, yeah, that's suspicious. You need to talk. You need to get them the fuck away from you. Yeah, I know. I rave about Spain on this podcast. I'm hoping to get like a sponsorship from Spain one day. Like the government of Spain will be like, "Look, you talk so well about our country. We're going to give you free tickets." Wouldn't that be great?
That'd be top tier.
And honestly, once this podcast does get going, I start looking for people to advertise, invest. I'm going to be looking for some Spanish companies. I'm going to try and get the Neapolitan Authentic Pizza Company to do it. Try and get some travel companies to do it. I would like to get sponsorships from travel companies because I think traveling is extremely important for everybody. I think that you need to at least do it one time in your life and you will understand what we are all saying. Again, I think you need to do your research and I think you need to not go to the cheapest place you can. That's not a good idea either. Don't go to the poorest country you can because you're just going to be upset. Like you'll be able to buy everything, sure, but like it's just not going to be the experience I feel like you're looking for. Now, with that being said, there's some extremely poor countries in Africa, and I think you should go there because African countries, all of my friends who have gone, all of the people I've seen go on these journeys, have the best time and like of their life. People in Africa are very friendly. They're very nice. I have a friend. His name is Basse. He's from Africa. I believe it was Ghana. I'm probably misquoting. I don't think it is Ghana. And now that I'm saying it out loud, uh, I don't remember where it is exactly. But he's somebody I talked to on TikTok. He saw some of my videos, and now we chatted up all the time. He's a really nice guy. They are just extremely nice out there. So anyway, going on back to the government fucking the U.S.
Oh yeah, we steered off on that one, didn't we?
We did. We steered off into how great another country is. I'm sure I'm going to lose my fucking citizenship eventually. So the train derailments. We have had not just train derailments. We have had chemical accidents one every 2 days on average since the beginning of January. That's horrific. That means at least, because this was done on, this article is February 25th. That means over 24 total chemical train derailment accidents or chemical plant disasters. This map that I have on the screen was created by the Coalition to Prevent Chemical Disasters. All of the red icons are from January 1st through December 31st, 2022, and the bluish purple icons are from January 1st, 2023 to now. And it's exponentially massive. I didn't even realize how many of these happened right here in my own backyard. Like, there's a crap ton in Tennessee right now. I'm dumbfounded. There's a lot on the East Coast, but at least East Coast has a lot of trains, a lot of factories. It's all seemingly the middle of the country, or Wyoming, Colorado, New Mexico, Utah, Idaho, Montana. Those are getting hit the absolute least. It's very odd. This begs the question: what are we doing wrong as a country when it comes to chemical stuff? Because clearly there's some sort of rules, regulations, something that's not doing the job. This is too many. This is too many chemical problems. You're talking about 65% of the U.S. to 75% of the U.S. is chemically fucked up. I'm not sure even what to say, because it's like, well, what do we do with this? How do we fix this? Like some of these areas, like the one in Ohio, these are nuclear level chemical problems. There are places, I've seen tons of videos on this. There are places in Ohio where after this happened, that all the birds left. All of them, all of the birds, not just some, not just a species. Every bird left that area. Miles. I'm not talking just like a small little tiny small area. Like entire cities, 300 square miles. Birds are gone. The amphibians and fish life are dying in creeks from this chemical disaster in a 300 square mile radius. And they're not evacuating people. They're just trying to. What they did is they burned the chemicals, which released it into the air as worse chemicals, which has caused all these problems in this area. And now these people are speaking about lung problems, itchy eyes, burning throats, vomiting, nausea, diarrhea, skin rashes.
That's y'all just in the bin.
That's just one spot in Ohio. One place in Ohio. That's not all these other freaking dots on the map. There's an issue, people, and I for one, am at the point where I'm like, it really seems like the government themselves are trying to destroy the country in a way that makes it look like an accident. And it makes it look like we're going to need to turn to the... Well, no, here, they need to have already done this. Geo doesn't have to deal with it. I don't... You know what? Here, I want to find out right now. We're going to look this up. Let's remember this map here. Okay. You know what? Well, actually, we'll just do it on... I've already gone over the milk and the eggs, so we can just open it up in one of these. Map of chemical disasters, Spain, 2022. It's pretty adamant to show me the U.S. Here, let's look at images, see if we can find one. I don't
I
think
like how you just pulled up Spain and it just shows images of
all of the U.S. Only U.S. This is
that's
guys.
saying something.
Guys, this is what I'm talking about. This is no other countries having these issues. The closest thing so far I have found is the fires raging in Spain from whenever ago. What is this? I don't even think that's Spain. Wait, it might be Spain. This is weather stuff. Yeah, y'all don't have chemical disasters like that, apparently. Y'all deal with seas rising and shit. This is what I'm talking about, people. Why are we having this issue?
Y'all are just in shambles.
Shambles. Shambles. I can't find anything on Spain. It's all the U.S. The U.S. They were like, no, don't put that on the Spanish countries. That's insane, guys. We need to be kind of outraged about this. There's an issue. There's like, what is this map? This map looks even fucking worse. What is this shit? Chemical accidents. Oh my god, this one's even worse. Oh my god. Look at this map. Damn, dude. These are all locations where these hazards exist. Okay? I want this map to be ingrained in everybody's head when I switch over to the other map. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Huh. All the chemical disasters happen in all the places that can have chemical disasters. Huh. Huh. Yeah, something's wrong. Every place that could have a chemical disaster has had at least one, it seems. It's like they're trying to nuke our country with chemicals. And if I'm not mistaken, chemical warfare was banned by the Geneva Convention. But would this not be considered chemical warfare against your own country? Just saying, man, if you're not going to look into it and you're not going to prevent it, that's chemical warfare. That's you actively allowing chemical warfare. That's my opinion.
Dead Bob said absolutely no chemical spills are in Spain. See?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I saw on Dead Bob. Absolutely none. Zero in Spain. Zero chemical spills. Zero. And we think our country's so motherfucking free. Guys, open your eyes. Open your eyes. I hate to be doing the conspiracy theory one, but this isn't a conspiracy theory anymore. This is real. These are facts. These are things that we can show you with facts and actual images and actual data. There are no chemical spills in Spain. Spain cares so much about how healthy their environment is. Everywhere you go, the air is immaculate. Even when you go to Madrid, the air feels better than any place you go into the U.S. But you go anywhere other than
great every time I step out.
That's what I'm saying. If you go anywhere other than Madrid and Barcelona, the two big cities, anywhere else, all the other large cities, beautiful, gorgeous, air quality is amazing. You don't have to worry. People, on average, don't drive. On average, more people walk and bike and scooter than they do drive in Spain on average.
Mm-hmm. I see that every day. Either they're riding on scooters, walking, or
I
taking
will.
bicycles.
He's saying look up the Constitution defenders. Uh, should we do that this podcast? Should I really go all in the Constitution? As I spell it wrong, sorry everybody. Constitution defenders. I don't think this is it, but it is funny. The defenders of the Constitution, a political regime to achieve power in Serbia. That's not the right one. I'm trying to find it. I guess it's a podcast, is what it's looking like. That's so funny. Someone named Barry Cole just messaged me on Snapchat, said, hello, handsome. Barry Cole, Barry. So I just so you know, Barry, I am straight. I appreciate the excitement that you had for me, but I'm not interested.
Barry.
But thank you for being a fan. All right. I can't find what you're looking for there, so I'm going to have him send me that stuff later on, and we'll do another podcast on it. Yeah, I do want to step away from this and move on to a different topic, but I do want everybody to keep in mind like that's not normal for countries. It's not normal for countries to have these issues unless they are very poor countries and can't afford good building materials and stuff like that. Sure, that's bound to happen when that kind of stuff happens. But these, like, I find it hard to believe that even oil rigs can malfunction on purpose. Unless it's on purpose. That's what I meant to say. Unless it's on purpose.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff going on that I don't understand. Like, even in Japan, they had to have a whole earthquake to have their nuclear disaster. Like, they had to have an entire earthquake to cause any kind of nuclear failings. And that was the earthquake doing it. And the tsunami that hit it afterwards. That was years ago. But just saying, it's literally same thing. It's like it doesn't happen naturally here in the U.S. It happens in very odd circumstances. Train derailments? Really? Like, you haven't developed a better train system to not ever have this happen? We're going to go with it doesn't make sense. We'll touch more on that when we look up Constitution defenders and we get a little more, maybe more people on here to talk about it. I would like to switch to a little more world news. In February 28th, 2023, they found a Sumerian temple and palace in Iraq. A group of archaeologists from the Gursu project have unearthed an ancient Sumerian palace and temple in southeastern Iraq. The structures were discovered using aerial remote sensing and are over 4,500 years old. That's pretty cool. Really neat stuff.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, those are some really cool ones. Let's see what we got going on in archaeology.org for the new stuff that's found. Sumerian temples are really cool. The Sumerians were a really big deal. They were very advanced technology based civilization. This is just a table of contents. Well, boo. I was hoping to see more of that. That looked like that was in Spain. Yeah, we saw some cool aqueducts in Spain. I just can't get off the Spain shit, can I? Yeah, that seems to be the biggest thing. Also in February, a 3 million-year-old stone tool was found. Big deal, because we did not know that our ancestors were that old. It's a big deal. I'm going to click on that and see what's going on.
Dead Bob said, "What about the hieroglyphics in the Grand Canyon?"
The hieroglyphs in the Grand Canyon? Are those
That's what he
hieroglyphs or are
said.
they petroglyphs? Because if there's hieroglyphs in the Grand Canyon, it sounds like something me and Dead Bob need to go do on a trip for ourselves. Sounds like me and him need to go on a trip to the Grand Canyon, just me and him, and spend 2 or 3 days out there looking for them.
It sounds like alien to me.
We could take us a tent out there, some sleeping bags, go for it. I'm about that. I'm about okay. So I am all about that kind of stuff because I think people were in this country before the land bridge, and everybody disagrees that nobody was in this area before the land bridge. But there is proof now. There are like literal. They are finding literal archaeological facts. You say we can't, but it's fine. We'll do it. We'll just Naruto run like they did at the Area 51. It'll be fine. But with that being said, Mr. Dead Bob, if that site's locked down, that means Grand Canyon's huge. That means there's probably other spaces and places out there that have been unfound that have these. And that's the real ticket right there. I would like to go to the Grand Canyon anyway. It's been since I don't even know if I've actually ever physically been to the Grand Canyon. I don't think I have. It feels like a memory I have, but I don't think that's a real memory. I think it's just based off of what I've seen on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
haven't
never
been either.
Really?
I've been to California, but I was like really little, so I don't remember shit. But I don't think we even went to the Grand Canyon or anything like that.
Why would you go all the way out there and not go to the Grand Canyon? That feels weird. Feels like a weird
I
thing
don't
for you
know.
to do.
I don't know. I was very little. I don't remember anything. I just remember mom saying that like she had some family out there that we were visiting or something like that.
So these seem to be older. These tools I was telling you about seem to be older than Oldowan tools, which are supposedly the ones that we thought were oldest. Wow. Two incomplete skeletons, included bones, showed signs of butchery. There are antelope bones that showed evidence of flesh being sliced away and crushed to extract the bone marrow. So yeah, they've definitely used tools. That's crazy. Uh-oh, trash raid. Wow, 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 wow. We just got 7 viewers all at once, folks. You just missed us talking about how the government is completely sabotaging the entire U.S. with these chemical accidents. We also proved that we've had an exponential amount of chemical accidents. I think it's 300 chemical accidents in the last 2 years. Spain has had 0 ever. Ever. Never.
Because we know what we're doing out here,
Dude, the government does seem to want us dead trash kit, and I completely agree. I would say that this is the Legends Foretold Toxic Meltdown. I just sent a bunch of toxics. That is for the government. You are toxic. Toxic government. Bad. Poo on you. Boo. Anyway, that being said, we're going back to the old tools that have been found. So, like back here in February, they did find some 3 million-year-old tools, older than Oldowan tools, along with some incomplete skeletons and other bones of antelopes and other foods that showed signs of us actually people or hominins or hominins they were using tools before we ever knew. And this goes back to what I was saying. We have found evidence of people being in our country, North America, before the land bridge and the ice land bridge. And it's, people, you got to give. I just, there's so much evidence for archaeology out there. That's why I cannot wait to become an anthropologist, archaeologist, because there's so much going on out there. There's things that are being connected that we didn't connect before. And, Chio, I know you're going to be excited about this, but that leads into one of my studies that I'm going to be studying in the next couple of years while I'm going through my bachelor's degree for anthropology, and that is the Beastmaster. That's right, you heard me correctly. The Beastmaster.
Yeah.
The Beastmaster is a symbol. It's either a mistress, a goddess, a god, or just a regular man. And more times than not, it is just a man who is dressed in garb that is from the outdoors. Like in this one you see on here, that he's got antlers on. It looks like he's got like maybe leaves that are made into clothing, stitched clothing, cloth clothing. These are all over the world, not just one area. And it's really weird, and nobody knows why or how if it's just a coincidence, but it's too similar to be a coincidence, in my opinion. So you've got you've got cultures in Africa showing them with antelopes and hyenas, or showing them with lions, or showing them with uh, what else? I think there was one specific, elephants or something like that. Then you go back to India, and then you have some with elephants, and you have some with tigers, and other ones out there. Then you have ones in like Mayan culture with snakes and birds, and it is all over the world. There are multitudes of. It's not just like five or six. It's multitudes. I mean, Romans, Greek, everybody had this story somehow, and depictions and hieroglyphs of a beast man or a beast person who literally controlled animals and walked around and lived in nature. And it is so cool. This is what I'm going to go over mainly hardcore in the next session, or the next podcast, because I can't go over every single country that has that right now. I want to do a little more research, but yeah, it's a big deal. I actually watched a video about this last night. It's a big deal. Nobody knows why. Nobody knows how. Nobody knows where it came from. It also speaks volumes in the fact that Egyptians had them. The Mayans had them. Had the same. They actually had similar technologies. They had similar structures. They had similar systems. They had similar stories. None of that can be a mistake. Come on, people. I think we're not giving ancient people enough credit. I think some ancient people legitimately have made it across the ocean well before Christopher Columbus. Well before. We already know Vikings did it. That's proof. That is facts. Facts. They had ships that made it to the U.S. There are hordes in the U.S. that have been found of Viking treasure. Yes, this is true. North America, Canada, we have found this proof. Which leads me back to it doesn't seem very impossible that some ancient people made a canoe raft thing that was lucky enough to make it across the ocean. Maybe they made it through during a time where there were no storms or giant waves, and they just ran across straight, good, calm ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Eric the Red. Let's look up Eric the Red while we're talking about it. This is why I want him to be joining our podcast more, because he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a dead Bob in here. Eric the Red.
So he left from there to. Eric the Red. Let's see what's going on here, because it looks like he left Norway to find Iceland. in 950 to 1003. Oh, so 950 CE. He discovered Greenland, Iceland. But this is exactly what the what I'm talking about. They didn't think during this time anybody could actually find these places. They didn't think that anybody actually made it across the oceans. This is another completely show you scientific. Here we go. We got Eric the Red, Eric Thorvaldsen. So, I mean, what do you? We have had people go across, and that makes me think the Beastmaster thing was shared. How to make pyramids shared. This is information shared across time, and it's amazing. It's incredible. Gio, I want you to talk to them while I go get my dog. She's making crazy noises outside. So,
Okay.
oh, sounds like she's getting messed up.
Hello, everybody. I don't really know much to say. Um, yeah. Eric the Red, huh? That's that's one hell of a son bitch right there, right? Yeah. Um, if anybody wants to put down in the comments like what they want me to talk about while he's gone or anything, I mean, feel free to, because I got nothing on the mind at the moment. So entertain me. It could be anything. Doesn't have to be of the topic, Impress me. Could be about anything. It could be about archaeology, aliens, mythology, or even gaming or movies and television. Like, I mean, feel free to put in the comments what you'd like me to chat about while we're taking this little intermission. Trying to think of a topic in my head. His son Leif Erikson is thought to have found America before Columbus. I do believe that America was found way before Columbus, because, I mean, come on. Like, you telling me Columbus was the only motherfucker in the world to have found America and everything, and like before anybody else? I don't know. I find that a little hard to believe. So I believe that. I could see that. His son Leif Erikson. I could see it. You know who else I think might have found America before Columbus? Aliens.
Okay.
Welcome back, sir.
Okay. So what? Okay, so I see that Leif Erikson was thought to found America before Columbus. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I already put in my input.
That's good. Yeah, I agree with that. I've read all about that. I didn't know that was his son, Eric the Red Son, but that's really cool. Yeah, no, it's yeah, no. We have found America's been founded many times before, for sure. Oh man, I pinched my finger and now I've got a blood blister. Ugh, get my dog out. Ugh, hurts. Oh well, say love you. Um, yeah, but back onto the Beastmaster thing. That is something that goes across. That's something I'm going to really get heavily into on Friday. Hoping to have some more people on Friday. Hopefully, get Peach Bourbon in here, maybe even Lucas. Get us several people talking about a topic at once and give everybody some good topics. This was kind of just a refresher, get us back into the swing of things because
It's back on the grind.
I have 100% been kind of failing with that. So here we are. I think me and Mr. Geo here are going to finish the season finale of season 3 of Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are on the last episode of that season.
We are on the last episode. I've never seen Stranger Things until now, so
he's not ready for season 4. I'm just saying.
That is what they say. Oh no, grilled cheesy. I'm so sorry. Well, we're actually going to be wrapping this one up for the day. But you can actually check
Tune in
this
for
out.
Friday.
Tune in Friday. We're going to be doing a little earlier on Friday, back to my normal times, 10 in the morning. Check us out Friday. We're going to be going over the Beastmaster, which is a story that is found across cultures all across the world, all across different continents. No one knows how or why this coincidental figure exists. We did touch it a little bit today, but we're going to go over it some more on Friday. If you did not get to see any of the episode today, everybody, I will be posting this on YouTube by the end of the day, so be looking for that YouTube link. And definitely follow me on YouTube to keep the flow and momentum going. I'll put the link for YouTube into my description or onto my front page somehow on Twitch, so that it's a normal link from now on because I just started this YouTube. Thank you everybody for joining. Grilled Cheesy, I hope we get to join next time. I'm super excited that we have people join in. Let me give you a little bit of a oh no from my alien. This is my legend alien for you. And then a legend alien laughy face because I don't have any cute faces. All right. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me, please, for more content. You get those notifications. We are going to be traveling a lot this summer. I plan on doing several traveling shows, some out in the wilderness and all that stuff. So definitely check us out. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, sorry, getting back to the swing of things has been rough for me. So, love everybody. I hope you all have a fantastic day. See you on Friday.